Welcome to Cook It with Tim, and my name is Tim Clowers, and today we're going to be setting up a brand new Blaze grill with an island attachment. One thing I want to point out is all of this right here, this protective film, there was a ton of it on every piece of the grill and the island. That was the only pain in the you know what, but outside of that, everything went pretty smooth. So let's get into the content. I like to lay everything out. So I've got the grill base sitting on top of a table with all of its parts, and then all of the doors and the things that go with the middle part of the putting the island together. Then you've got your two side bases, which the grill will fit in between that. All right, we are on step one in the instructions, and it says to locate your left and right drawer assemblies, and then make sure to remove the protective surface or the film that was on the surface. All of that stuff. And then what we're gonna do with these two side cabinets is we're gonna take these legs, just like that, and we're gonna screw them on the base of each side cabinet. We've got foam under here. Even if it's wood, it might scratch it. So we just put styrofoam under here because you gotta flip it upside down in order to get the legs on it. So that's just a little tip to help make sure that you don't damage or scratch the product. Same process, we're gonna put the legs on the other side. So this will be the right side of the grill or the right side of the grill island. And here's that adjustment part I wanted to point out. If you need to go higher or lower. We are on step two, which is to locate the island center bottom panel C. And it also talks about this little piece right here with the little screw head in it. I don't need it for this particular model, so it's not, basically what it does is it secures your propane tank, so it's not needed. We're gonna get this panel, we're gonna set it right here in between the two side tables, and it's got little pegs that it sits on, so you've got two on each side of the island, and underneath here, you've got little slots where it'll just sit right on here, and we'll show you that real quick. There you go. All right, next step is we're gonna put this back panel on. You just wanna slide it in there. All right, and just line it up with all the holes. You got 2 on the bottom, 3 on the side. Let's go ahead and secure 1 on the bottom. We'll do 1 in the middle, and we'll do 1 on the other side. All right, step 4A all the way down to B, we are done with the back panel. And then we installed the lower propane tank shelf as well. And now the last thing we gotta do is just put this piece on right here. I'm not gonna show that on camera. 2 screws here, 2 screws there. Remember to loosely tighten until you've got everything in place. Then you're gonna go back and tighten all these screws up. All right, next step is step number 5. We're gonna attach the handle to both doors, these little screws that they give you. Go ahead and put the washer on it, and what you're gonna do is feed it through there. Okay, do the same thing to the second door. Now let's put the rest of the handles on the drawers. What I'm learning about this process, put the screw in there so that the screw is actually pointing out, then place your handle on top, and then push it back, and then start it that way. So again, poke the screw through, set the handle on it, and tighten it. Okay, drawer number 1. All right, let's do all the others. All right, once again, you poke it through the hole, set the handle right on top, and then you twist it into the handle and tighten it that way. All right, next step is we're going to install this middle bracket right here. Really simple. 2 screws on each side. Not really going to show that because you could put in 4 screws yourself. One thing we found really helpful is taking the hinges actually off of the door. So you've got 2 screws. Just pop out the hinge. Simply let's install the hinges, then we'll put the door back on. Here's that little bar. All right, and then there's a groove. And just push it forward until you'll see right here, that little part hooks on it. Just repeat process, even though it's a little tight quarters. There we go. Hold up on the door a little bit. Put the screws back in, attaching the hinges to the door. See, just like that. The AC adapter, basically your power supply for the grill and the components, it's not really mentioned in the instructions. So you just get the end of the power cord, put it through the hole of the back panel. And then there's these 4 holes. And then what you're going to do is get the same screws that you've been using to attach all the different panels. And you're going to put it in here just like that. And you're going to run it into the hole. There's no grooves. So you get the screw, you line it up with the hole, and it's like self-tapping. It goes into the rubber part of the AC adapter. There you go, and that's that. Okay. Everybody, here is the propane hose. Here's the end, and we're just simply going to connect it right here. Also for the AC adapter, it's a little 2-prong hose that's going to fit in the bottom of this AC adapter, and I'm simply just going to connect that right there. I have 2 screws, and we're going to ensure that the body of the grill is attached to the 2 tables. All right, the last step is we're going to put the grill covers on, and then I'm not entirely sure, but we'll figure it out before the end of the video, is I think these are shields that you can shield to have different heat zones. So let's go ahead and put these on. Heat separators to create your heat zones. All right, the last step, I think, is to put our grill grates on. And the last step is that bun warmer toaster. That is a pretty looking grill. So the grill is completely assembled, and so what we're going to do now is we're going to fire up the grill. And I have some of the grates off and the covers. Got those taken off just so that you can see, but this does have AC power for lighting and also getting your grill lit. So here we're going to press this little button. Here's where the magic, to me, is kind of cool. You can grill in the dark. So you've got lights here and here. It just lights up everything and reflects well. And then here you've got blue lights in front of each knob, which I thought was very, very, very cool. Just a beautiful grill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this infrared burner lit. But you probably can't see this in the sunlight, but when you press down, I want you to look at that. The light turns red. So what we're going to do is go over to the high part and turn it on. There it goes. You see the heat of the infrared burner back there? Well, you probably can't see it. But that's cool. Now, I want to show you just the ease of how these burners actually come on. So we're going to turn on the flame. Boom. And obviously, I know it's a brand new grill, so it's going to light up really, really easy. But that's the beauty of a Blaze grill system. It's just a high-quality grill. And I remember this. My first experience with the Blaze grill was several months ago, and it was the same exact grill. I was up in Northwest Washington. The grill had been sitting outside for several years. I think it was 3.5 years old, and it fired up just like on a dime. Perfect. So here is the Blaze grill. I'm going to go ahead and turn all of this off. And one thing I want to tell you in the manual, it talks about whenever you light the grill, just for safety purposes, make sure you have the hood open. Whenever you light the infrared part, leave that on for about 3 minutes with the hood open. And it's the same thing with these, when you light the grills, keep the hood open until you've got a lot of heat dispersed evenly. Then you can close the grill in order to heat up those grates. Go ahead and put the grill back together. And this is one of the parts that I'm really excited about, is to create heat zones. And we're going to make a video on that coming up soon. All right, so there it is, the entire Blaze grill, the cabinet system. And what I love about it, I've got lighting in there as well. You can't really tell in the daylight, but I got plenty of storage. I've got trash cans. So here it is, a beautiful grill. So be sure to keep an eye out for some great recipes using my Blaze grill. And if you enjoyed this video, if you find it helpful, be sure to like it, make a comment, and also share it with somebody. Thanks for watching.